Hey guys, and welcome on in to another episode of Picks on Net, NHL Picks and Predictions. I'm your host, Terry Edelman at TE Picks over on X, ready to break down this huge, amazing Friday slate that we have in the NHL. And by huge and amazing, I mean, small and yucky. But hey, um, yesterday's slate was a big slate that looked really nice. Didn't really go too well. So maybe a yucky looking slate is exactly what we need here on this Friday night. But having said that, we're going to jump into the recap of yesterday, even though I would rather not, of course. But the draw, Anaheim and New York Islanders, unfortunately lost. The Ducks did not play well. They did not have a good game. And unfortunately, Beckett Seneca, his streak comes to an end. Did not get an assist, did not get a point. Just not the best game from him and from the Ducks overall. Alexei Protas over half a point. Unfortunately lost as well. And my best bet streak comes to an end after 3 games. I was on the Capitals to win this game. Goes to a shootout, and unfortunately, Capitals lose in the shootout. Colin Graf, anytime goal. Another small quarter unit play here, but he did not score. The Sharks ended up getting the win, but Graf did not score. This was a push. JVR did not play in this game against the Oilers, so a push there. And unfortunately, Carter Verhaeghe, his goal streak came to an end as well. So yesterday was the day of streaks ending, unfortunately. So a reverse sweep on yesterday's show, plus a push. So looking to bounce back here on today's slate, but kind of a hard slate to really bounce back up on when I only have one play for you guys, but we will jump into it. Let's go and see what people are thinking here in the chat. Yes, news this morning. Tristan Jarry and Sam Poulin to the Oilers for Skinner, Kulak, and a second-round pick. This is kind of hilarious because I was just mentioning, I believe it was either yesterday's show or the show before, the day before, that the Edmonton Oilers were looking to trade for Tristan Jarry. It's been common knowledge for a while now, but the deal gets done. And Skinner happens to be doing not too bad recently. So, but of course, this is not Oilers to the cup now. Tristan Jarry coming over is not going to solve all of the Oilers' issues. Yes, he's having a good season, but we'll see if that continues now that he's coming over to Edmonton. I think we see his numbers come back down to earth. I don't think this is the trade that's going to fix the Oilers. Brandon Busty becomes the first goalie in NHL history to win 10 of his first 11 games. Yes, very nice. Very nice. He is on a stacked Carolina team. So if he was on the Sabres, I don't know if he would have 10 wins in his first 11 games. But hop on the Busty bus to money. There's only one bus, the Gus bus. Come on, Robert. Come on. Terrence. Hello, Timothy. Sabres win a road game in regulation. Yes, against the Canucks. What's up, Terry? I had a nice day yesterday. Sorry yours didn't go so well. You'll get him back today, no doubt. Appreciate you. Hey, I appreciate that. Today, it's a small slate for me. So one play here on the show, and then I've got one NBA play over on Picks and Parlays. .net. Eric Sinek is one of the most underrated shutdown centers in the NHL. Guys don't like playing against him. Yep, he was voted 4th, I think, for the most punchable face in the NHL. So yeah, people don't like him. Opponents don't like him. His teammates love him. I had Batherson and Benson anytime straight cash both. Very nice, Steven. Very nice. Bounce back? Yes, hopefully. T, what's up, baby? Finally get to catch a live one. Hey, how's it going, Brett? Hope all is well. Sadly, the show you finally get to watch live is this one because today's slate is awful. I'm sorry, guys, but it's out of my control. But we'll start with the first game. We've got the Chicago Blackhawks and the St. Louis Blues. The Hawks plus 100 road dogs. The Blues minus 120 home favorites. And a total 6 here in this one. Goalies here, Spencer Knight likely for Chicago. 10, 6, and 5, 2.5 goals against average, and 917 save percentage. Joel Hofer, unconfirmed, 4, 6, and 2, 3.17 goals against average, 890 save percentage. Knight off one of his worst games, off one of his off a shutout in his last game, following a rough game against the Kings in the one previous. But Spencer Knight has been obviously the better goaltender between him and Soderblom this year. So the Hawks will go to him. How have these teams done against each other in the past? Well, St. Louis had won 5 in a row against Chicago until the previous meeting this year. The Hawks won 8-3, a beatdown over the St. Louis Blues. 5 of the last 6 have gone over 6.5 between these two teams. If I was looking at the over, I kind of would want Soderblom in net, to be honest. Now, previous games between these two teams, as I said, have gone over. I'm looking at the Blackhawks recently. 3-0 shutout win against the Rangers in their last game, but 7-1 against the Ducks, 6-0 against the Kings, 2-1 against the Kings, 4-3 against Vegas. The Blackhawks have kind of been all over the place when it comes to the total. And then the Blues, they've lost back-to-back games, 5-2 to Boston, 7-2 to Nashville. When you're losing 7-2 to Nashville, you know you're kind of in trouble. Now, back-to-back wins before those losses, 4-3 against Montreal, 2-1 against Ottawa. So when I look at this game, I think there's value with Chicago here as a road dog, but I didn't like it enough to pull the trigger on here. Connor Bedard, anytime goal is going to be a popular play. He did score in the last game for the Hawks. Looking at guys on streaks here, not a whole lot when it comes to shots and goal. Point streaks, Bertuzzi, 4 of his last 5, but minus 132. Bedard, 2-game point streak. Robert Thomas, 3-game point streak. Goals, Bertuzzi scored in back-to-back games, plus 215. Robert Thomas has scored in back-to-back games for the Blues, plus 300 for him to score. And assists, Bedard, back-to-back games with an assist, minus 110 here. In this game, not a lot of consistent streaks here in this one, so it's a pass for me. But I think Chicago wins this game, most likely. And I could see this being a push. I could see this being a 4-2 game and having a push here when it comes to the total. Sorry I'm late. Hey, don't be sorry. It's all good. You didn't really miss much. Just me recapping yesterday, which is totally okay to miss. But unbelievable. Now you need to leave a like on the stream. Yeah, of course. Everybody should be doing that. Burakovsky, Bedard, point each, plus 140. And I put a 50% boost on it, making it plus 202. Okay, I like that. I like Ilya Mikheyev, anytime goal. And Rich is right there with you. Mikheyev has a goal in the last 3 games versus the Blues. Big play. Price of plus 450. No power play, though. Okay. 5th game in 7 days for the Blues. That's a lot. The Blues are on 5 games in 7 nights. No team wins in that spot. Yeah, I wouldn't really say no team, but yeah, I agree. This is just an awful spot for the Blues, who are not playing well. Obviously, we've gone through their last 2 games, 5-2, 7-2 losses. This should be a good spot for the Hawks as a road dog. The Blues were completely outplayed in their last 2 wins versus Ottawa and Montreal. Okay, so got lucky. Teams get lucky. That's what happens. This being Friday, Freaky Friday, I don't know what to make of this game. But do have a play here in this one. The Seattle Kraken and the Utah Mammoth. The Kraken plus 150 road dogs. Utah minus 180 home favorites. A total of 6 here in this game. If you are watching the show and you just traveled in your time machine from 20 years ago and you just happen to be watching this show, you might be thinking, see, the Kraken and the Mammoth, what is this guy talking about? But of course, two of the newer franchises, obviously the Kraken being the newest expansion team, Utah technically being a new franchise, but moving over from Arizona here in this one. How do these two teams do against each other? The Kraken 2-1 against Utah last year. 2 overs and 1 push when it comes to a total of 6. And I am hoping we get some goals here in this one. Joey Decord unconfirmed for Seattle. Karel Vejmelka unconfirmed for Utah. Both extremely similar numbers, really. Decord 8-7-4. Vejmelka 12-9-2. 2.93 for Decord, 2.72 for Vejmelka, 892 save percentage for Decord, 893 save percentage for Vejmelka here in this one. When I look at this game, when it comes to a side perspective, I can't get involved. The Kraken at plus 150 is very appealing. When you look at these two teams' records overall on the season, obviously Seattle's 30 points, Utah is 31 points. Very similar overall, but Seattle's not playing very well right now. Now, they did snap their losing streak with a 3-2 overtime win against the Kings in their last game, but they have not been playing well. Utah, they're on a 3-game losing streak, so they have not been playing well either. Of course, they have played better at home on the season. When I look at this game from a side perspective, I don't think Utah should be minus 180 favorites, but there's no way I'm backing Seattle. I would lean with the over, but my only play here on today's show, sorry guys, 2-game slate, 1 play, and going back to an old favorite that I bet a lot last year, and we're going to him this year. I think I bet him a couple times at the beginning of the year. Hasn't been the best overall season for Dylan Guenther, but he scored in back-to-back games, 2 goals in the last game. Obviously, Logan Cooley is out here for a while. I think Dylan Guenther, second in the team in goals. I think he goes on a bit of a streak here, especially with Cooley out. I think Guenther steps up here. The Kraken, they've given up at least 4 goals in 4 of their last 5 games. I think Utah gets some goals here, and I think Dylan Guenther can find the back of the net. So we'll take him. Plus 185 to score a goal here tonight. Looking at other guys on streaks. Brandon Montour, over 2.5 shots in goal, plus 105. He's done that in 4 of his last 5 games. He's definitely been a great shots on goal player. Point streaks, Dylan Guenther, but minus 150 for a point. Obviously, I'm on the goal, but 0.4, 5, and 7 of 10. He has been heating up recently. Jordan Eberle for the Kraken, a point in 4 games in a row, minus 112. Chandler Stevenson for the Kraken, a point in 3 games in a row, plus 105. Goal streaks, other than Guenther, nobody. Power play point streaks, Guenther and Keller both have a power play point in 3 of their last 5 games. But the guys on streaks here, Chandler Stevenson for the Kraken, Jordan Eberle for the Kraken, back-to-back games with power play points, plus 340 for Eberle, plus 375 for Stevenson. Assists, nobody really on any kind of assist streak here. Keller, Peterka, and Eberle, all 3 of their last 5 games, but not any kind of big streak here in this game. But we'll go to the chat here. Braden Shen has 3 goals in 4 games versus Knight. Okay, interesting. Taking Chi-Town here, Chicago. Yeah, I can see it. I think there's value with them as a road dog here. So Hawks were plus 125 last night. Big move for sure. Yeah, so people have been betting the Hawks. I can see why. Mammoth minus 1. I could see that. No, Tim. No. Put the Kraken back. No releasing. Put them back. Put them back in the ocean. Bettor anytime goal. I could see that. Utah team total over 2.5, and Utah in regulation plus 105. Ooh, that's interesting. That's an interesting combination. I like it, Rich. Seattle has only won one first period on the road this year. Wow. So for first period bettors, maybe look at Utah. Give us a Dylan Guenther goal right off the bat. I would just absolutely love that. Guenther 4 goals in the last 6 games. Yeah, he's starting to heat up. He's been a consistent goal scorer. I cashed so many times with Guenther last year, but have not bet him much this year. But I think now is the time. Now is the time. Utah team total over 1 plus 145, over 2 plus 625. Oh, in the first period. Okay. Interesting. Because I was gonna say if Utah's team total over 1 is plus 145, I'll bet that. But Tolvanen assist, 3 in last 4, only 6 shots in those games, plus 210. All right. The disrespect on the Hawks needs to be studied. Blues on the second of a back-to-back against a hungry young Hawks team. Yeah, I can see that. The Hawks, they're still obviously they're still a young team, and we saw them start the season off very well, but they have not played well since then. Now, have won a couple games recently, but I'm kind of like the books. I'm not ready to necessarily give respect to the Hawks yet. Now, as we've seen, they are going to be a very good team in the next couple of years, but they're still an up and down team here. But yeah, I do think there's value with them here against the Blues. The Blues are just a mess. I'm tailing Dylan Guenther anytime goal, plus 180. Awesome, Robert. Love to hear it. How we doing, Terry? Says Timothy. Okay, I guess. Not the best night yesterday, so but it is what it is. It's going to happen. I've been on a hot run now for a while, so losing days happen. But looking to bounce back here, Dylan Guenther anytime goal for today's slate. I have an NFL video coming out that I'm going to be recording moments after the show is done, so it'll be coming out later on today in a few hours. Members will get early access to that right away. And then Picks on Net for tomorrow's 13-game slate will be going live later on tonight. I'm not sure the exact time yet. I would preferably like to wait a little bit until some point streaks are available that I can give you guys on my on the app that I use, which won't be a little bit later tonight. But with the fact that there's only 2 games tomorrow, we might get stats hopefully a little bit early. So if that's the case, expect Picks on Net for tomorrow's slate later on today. The Friday night shows for Saturday have done extremely well for views. The last 2 Saturday shows have been the best episodes of Picks on Net ever when it comes to views, the last 2 Saturday shows. So thank you, all the new viewers, all the new subscribers. Best of luck tonight in the NHL. We'll jump quickly into the chat. But it's the Blues, which are the worst team on yeah, they're awful. I get that. So maybe Hawks should be favorites here, but Hawks will regress, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think so. The Hawks were bag skated to death when they came home after those 2 blowouts. I can see new energy coming off a shutout, following through into today's match. Okay, sounds good. Best of luck, everyone. You too, Timothy. Spencer Knight's numbers versus the Blues. 1-1-2, 4.01 goals against average, 862 save percentage. Something to keep in mind. Terry, I hit $18K on a $45 parlay last night. I love betting hockey. That is amazing, David. You're buying drinks tonight. So everyone hit up David. Congrats, David. Yes, congrats. Weird how YouTube continues to switch my username back and forth. It's OG Swag, by the way. Okay, no worries. It might be, yeah, that's weird how they switch it back and forth. I don't know why, but thank you, sir. No problem, David. Thank you, guys. Best of luck tonight, and we'll see you later tonight for tomorrow's slate. Thanks for watching, guys.